Sup nerds, I'm Tom.
I'm Wes.
We're taking a look at The Chameleon by Big Potato Games.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a personalized copy. It says NBG going this way for Neverboard Gaming, most likely.
Yeah, I hope so.
So let's see if we can get the right angle for you guys.
Yeah, it's hard to see. The whole thing is this is the chameleon, so you have to blend in. So a lot of the other things do blend in. Like this says blue. Well, that's way easier for you to read.
This says Tom. Wait, topic.
Oh, comedy. Just want to do a shout out to Big Potato Games. Thank you so much for personalizing our copy. This is probably the coolest thing we have on our shelf right now. The Chameleon is basically Spyfall mixed with Codenames. Now, if you don't know what either of those games are, what it is everybody's going to get dealt a card at the very beginning. It's going to be secret. That card is either going to be a key that will tell you the secret word we're going to talk about, and we'll get to that in a second, or you're going to get a card that is blank and that just says, you are the chameleon.
So the other card in the game, these green ones, you flip one over randomly and it has a topic. Like this topic is TV shows. And it just lists off Friends, Sex and the City, Star Trek, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad,
yeah, go
and
through
so
all
on. And so the key is like a cipher that's going to tell you when you roll these two dice, like, okay, 1, 5. So you go on there, one across, 5 down. D2. So D2 is lost. So everyone at the table knows that lost is the secret word, except for the chameleon, who just has no idea. They know it is a TV show.
Yeah, they know it's going to be one of those, but they don't know which one. And then we all go around, and we all have one word. Very specific. That's probably the thing that makes it biggest from Spyfall and these other social deduction games, that it's very short. It's very just one word. Well, the thing is, you don't want to give it away, but you also don't want everybody else at the table to think that you don't know it. So if I said Kate or Island, that'd be pretty specific to Lost.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of I guess Doctor could be one because there's a couple different like soaps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or
Dog,
Jack,
Plane.
Once everyone at the table has said their word, everyone confers and votes on who they think the chameleon is. And we all just point a finger, and if we choose right, but the chameleon can pick what the word was, they still win. So obviously, if it's Game of Thrones and we go, Dothraki, Lannister, Sean Penn's dead.
Sean Bean, idiot.
That's going to be super obvious. The chameleon can figure it out, so we have to really think and give a word that gives just enough information that you, like everyone at the table, knows that you're not the chameleon without giving it away. If I just said entertaining or binge or Netflix, like that doesn't help at all because almost all of these are on Netflix. So that could be anything.
Now, the style of gameplay, what we just described there is very similar to the game Spyfall, where everybody gets either the exact same location or a spy card. And again, the biggest difference is the one-word thing, because in Spyfall, we bounce back and forth asking each other questions. And I really do have to say that is one of the biggest differences that I found in this game, but also probably one of the main things that I like about the Chameleon. Probably the hardest part with Spyfall is it's a great game to bring new gamers. You know, it's a social game, so of course they're going to be much more looser in getting into it. But the problem is they're always like, what questions do I ask? I'm like, there is no wrong question and there is no right question. Just there's no wrong answer either. Just go for it.
So they either ask like, are you wearing a bathing suit? Because we're on a beach. Or they ask like, what's your favorite movie? Which like that either gives it away completely or it just gives you zero information.
Since you're limited to just the one word, you can just go, okay, banana. Like whatever it is, it's the heat is all of a sudden off you. And it's just the one time. Because in Spyfall, you're the spy, you're going to get, every time somebody asks you a question, or every time you have to ask somebody a question, you're like, oh no, oh God, what do we, and also think about like if you are the chameleon here and you're like the fourth person to go, those other words that people have said, technically, in the rules, you're allowed to say the same word that somebody else did. So, I mean, it's kind of, not shining you in a good light if all you say is the exact same word as somebody else. Everyone's like, maybe he really doesn't know. But again, it's not a lot of pressure for somebody who's brand new.
The game is so fast. Rounds last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 2 to 5 minutes if you're really deliberate for a long time. But the deliberating, they don't have a timer in this game. Thought they did. The deliberating happens super quick.
They don't have a timer. I could have sworn there was a timer.
I thought there was a timer in here. The game's so quick that if you do mess up, or if you do like stumble, or just get something where you're just completely confused, like we got books and there's an author that none of us really knew who she was. It's super quick, so even if you mess up, or if you need to have one or two like teaching style games, it's not gonna spend half your night teaching, and if someone messes up and no one's like, oh gosh, we finally did Space Station, it was gonna be awesome.
I do really like that they included the make your own feature, which normally
It's a rarity for us.
I normally hate that.
Yeah.
Because, well, especially because this one it's a make your own all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a like, ooh, let's every single round come up with a topic and fill this bad boy out. Usually it's like the make your own, like a make your own Small World tile or Seven Wonders card. Like, I'm not going to do that.
And if you permanently write on it, you have like one or two in the game, so it's a permanent thing, and it's either like an inside joke, or it's just like dirty, or it's overpowered and it's not really balanced in the game. This one, if it's not good, the game's going to take 2 minutes anyway, so whatever. But they do have the dry erase where you can just keep writing it again and again and again and again.
You could be at a family gathering and you can write all your relatives' names around here and then get really dicey about the words that people use to describe you.
So all in all, this game is quick, it's light, and it's a lot of fun. We played it probably 10 times, like the first time we got it, and it just kept going quick, and it was quick. We didn't like keep track of score, there wasn't a point system. We just went until we were all kind of like, that was fun, let's move on to something else now. And this just really fits into what I think a good quick party game should be.
This game is definitely probably one of the best games I've seen from Big Potato, mainly because it's really similar to Spyfall, and we love Spyfall. And I don't know, sometimes for certain groups this would be better than Spyfall. For other groups, they probably would enjoy Spyfall better. It really depends on how often you're playing with new players. If I'm playing with my core group and people who I've known a lot, I'll probably do Spyfall. When I want to introduce somebody to a game, instead of showing them Spyfall, which I used to do, I'm going to show them this. I really like how the keeping score portion of it is optional, because we almost never do that anyways. I really like how it's really defined down to just that one word, so the rounds are really quick. In Spyfall you can get a crappy location and you feel like you're stuck at it for forever. And furthermore, I really like how this game plays well with a smaller number of players. I wouldn't play it with 4, but 5, 6, solid. For Spyfall, you really want the 8. And that's the area where I think this one has a slight leg up on Spyfall for that.
I think it's a really big differentiation. We obviously compared to Spyfall a lot and Codenames a little, and I definitely am not going to say this is a Spyfall reskin. Like, I don't want to say that about this game. I don't want you to think that's what we're getting at. I think you made a really good point that 4 players I'm playing Codenames, 5 to 6, maybe 7 I'll play this, and then more than that we'll play Spyfall, because Spyfall doesn't really play well at 4 or 5. And Codenames, I would never play it with more than 4, because when you have like teams guessing, it's not as good. But this game excels at fitting right in that line of, well, we don't have enough to play a big party game like Deception or Spyfall or one of those big ones, and we have too many people to play most of the standard, 3 or 4 player games. So this is a good filling in the gap there.
If any of what you heard today sounds interesting to you, we'll have a purchase link in the description down below. I highly recommend you go click on that. It's a really solid game.
Now we're going to have a purchase link when this game's available for purchase. This is not out yet. We were one of the first ones to get a hold of it. So as soon as it's available, what Tom said. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.
All right, I like it. It's good, quick, fast, vigorous, sexy.